Snow has been added to Red Dead Online. This is something that a lot of players have been wanted, and Rockstar did confirm it yesterday, and today the snow has been added to this game. It's not in every single area and it's very patchy. I don't know whether or not as time goes on, as we get closer to Christmas, whether or not the snow goes through different stages. This being the start, we've had the first bit of our snowy weather, so it's managed to settle a bit in some areas. I don't know whether or not in a couple days from now, whether or not they're going to carry on adding to that. But as it stands, there is snow in the world of Red Dead Online, and I'm not just talking about areas such as Coulter and Sadie Adler's Ranch. I'm talking about in Saint Denis, Valentine, Strawberry, Van Horn, Annesburg, all the way going across to Blackwater and also Strawberry. As soon as you get to New Austin, so towns such as Tumbleweed and Armadillo, there is no snow to be found. If we're going to compare places that have the most snow and then areas that don't have hardly any snow, the first on the list is Saint Denis. Saint Denis has the most snow so far. If you go all the way down to where the Saint Denis station is, you'll be able to see a white sheet of snow across the ground. It is still very patchy in some areas. As I said, this snow isn't extremely thick, it's just a thin white sheet, but out of all the places, all the different towns, Saint Denis has the most snow so far. Next up would be Valentine. Valentine has quite a bit of snow, not as much as Saint Denis. It is still very patchy. Within Valentine as well, I must say it's not as nice. You've got snow blending in with the mud, so when you see the patches, you're seeing a white sheet, and then all of a sudden it gets very patchy blending in with the mud. After that, you then have Strawberry, and Strawberry is very similar to Valentine, but with Strawberry it seems like there's less snow. So with this, you're seeing a blend of snow and mud coming together, but this time you are seeing a lot more mud, and as I said with Valentine, it's just not as festive. You ain't got that Christmas spirit once you see dirt going into your snow. It's not a clean white sheet. After that, you then probably have roads, and this is where everything starts to become very similar from this point onward, because other areas are very similar to this as well. But with this, you have snow on the edges, on a few rooftops, but the main path itself, it doesn't look like snow has actually even touched it. Whereas places like Valentine, Strawberry, and also Saint Denis, you can see the snow going across the pavements, across the edges, across all the buildings, and then you would also have it within the streets. With roads as well as the other places that I'm going to talk about after this, there is not that much snow within the streets. Next up is Annesburg and also Van Horn, and the reason I'm putting both of these together is because you can't really tell them apart, and they are right beside each other. You're talking about a minute journey to get from one all the way to the other. But with this, you're seeing a bit of snow on the rooftops. In some areas it's very patchy on the rooftops. You see a little bit of snow on the ground, yet again extremely patchy, but when looking at the streets, you're talking about only seeing the dirt on the ground. And then finally we have Blackwater. Blackwater being all the way on the other side, right beside New Austin at this point. This is where it's starting to get a lot warmer, so it makes sense for there not to be as much snow, but it's still a little bit within certain places. You can see on the docks that there's a thin line of snow across there, but most of it you can still see the wood, as well as you can also see a bit of snow on rooftops, as well as the pathways along the side, areas that's more likely to still be in shade. But those are the areas that have now changed from originally not having snow to now getting in a festive spirit, the festive season, and they're starting to have a bit of snow in these areas. Areas such as Coulter and Adler's Ranch is kind of pointless reviewing because we already know that there's going to be snow up there. There's always snow up there, so it's pointless talking about those, as well as New Austin, anything to do with Armadillo and Tumbleweed, there is no snow down there. But anyway guys, those are the main areas that have changed with this Christmas update, and as you can see, it's starting to get a bit more Christmassy in there. I still feel like certain areas do need to be increased with the amount of snow that they have, and hopefully over the next couple of days going into Christmas, we can start to see those areas build up. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, but for now, I'm going. So see ya.